I think we're live, everyone. Are we live?
Welcome back. Welcome back to Real India First Politics. I'm your host, Elon Musk. I'm here with Sriracha Sauce, something or other.
Your computer warranty has expired.
So, yeah, everyone can probably tell what the topic of the stream is. I cannot believe that the first day after Christmas, this is what we gotta talk about.
We got to talk about Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy.
Dumbasses. Listen, I want to clear up one thing. I still like Vivek and Elon Musk, but this
I never liked Vivek. I thought my position on that was pretty clear from the start.
Like,
and you know what do you know? Tyrone is vindicated. Everyone, get out your apology forms. Fill them out for me right now.
Oh my gosh. But before we get into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, you know what Tyrone says, join the channel just for $1 a month.
Join the channel. It's $1 a month.
Channel
It's so fucking cheap. Shut up. I'm speaking. What a black woman
is speaking.
No, what a black woman speaks. You sit your ass down and shut the fuck up.
Yeah, listen and learn.
Yeah, so true. Listen and learn. We love black women.
Okay.
Anyway.
You guys
also want to support the channel, you guys know what to do. Super chats, they also help the channel financially. You're also more likely to get your shit read if you do a super chat.
And also, Tyrone, we have something new. There's something called goals on YouTube, which I don't know why they set this, but basically you can have like goals for super chats, and I said it. So, reach a goal and we'll go longer, I guess. All right, American Nerd for 5. Hey, Rap, hope you and your family had a wonderful and Merry Christmas yesterday. We did. I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas as well. Went pretty good.
I got new clothes. I'm pretty happy.
Yeah.
I've actually had an issue recently. Most of my clothes don't fit me anymore because of how much weight I've lost. I've gone down I used to be a size 42 for my pants. Now I'm like a size 34.
W's in chat for Tyrone. W's in chat. Yeah. That's impressive.
Also, send some prayers to East Texas. We're going to have some pretty severe weather today, so...
Oh, yeah, that's what I heard. So, yeah, if you live in Eastern Texas...
Windmill's going to freeze again.
I'm actually driving to Texarkana tomorrow, so that's going to be fun to brave that weather.
All right. K-Cup for 5. I stopped listening to Sonic 3 soundtrack for this clickbait title stream. This better be a good one, Rap. JK, hope you had a Merry Christmas, bro. Yeah, I had a pretty good Christmas, but this is not clickbait.
And also, you guys get a double whammy today, because later on, Real American and I are going to be dabbling into the Carbo Minecraft cinematic universe, you know, because El Carbo has a Minecraft server, and we need to build New Wisconsin. Wisconsinites need a place in the server. So
yeah, so
stay tuned. 5 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah,
we'll be doing.
Yeah, I decided, you know what, it's the day after Christmas. You know, I might as well have some fun. So, but all right, we gotta get to some actual stuff because this freaking shit. Listen. I cannot believe that this is the first thing we got to talk about after Christmas. Now, for those that live under a rock...
Rely on the pagans to ruin Christmas.
That's real. But, you know...
Also, Kamala Harris released a official Kwanzaa message.
Pagans of the sun minus flavor.
Oh, gosh. So, okay. Who wants to explain what's happening here? Because, we need context before I read what Vivek said. Who wants to...
Well,
Okay, you go, John.
We've entered... Yeah, absolutely. We've entered the crux of an argument that we knew was coming immediately after the elections. I personally and many others told you guys to hold off and wait. We wanted to win the election. We didn't want to antagonize the guy that was about to spend a few $100 million getting Donald Trump elected. But as Elon Musk, as an owner of several major tech companies, and as the tech industry employs about 23% foreign workers, the H-1B visa controversy was going to be something we had to discuss with him and whoever comprises the counter elite that are entering the Republican Party today. What is the controversy? Should Americans prioritize American labor, American talent, work on educational reform, and make sure that Americans have every opportunity to enter the tech industry? Or do we just import all the labor from India and from fake accredited institutions that crap out a bunch of very poor quality workers that get fed into the system and take American jobs? It's a quandary. It's a mystery what you should think about this issue. But at the same time, we're trying to kind of find a balance here where we're not trying to antagonize the administration while simultaneously making it very loud and clear to Elon Musk and to everyone else out here that the MAGA movement, the America First movement, prioritizes American workers, American talent. If we don't, we've lost the plot. If you get this issue wrong, you've lost the plot. And so you can be sympathetic towards them, and you can be very kind to these people. But if you're not loud with these people, they're never going to get it, because Elon has all of the natural incentives as a tech owner. Or like how many tech companies does he
A
own?
tech billionaire magnate.
Yeah,
Tech,
he owns
tech
billionaire
Oh
magnate.
my gosh, he owns dozens.
He's literally you are literally talking about the richest man in the fucking world.
Yeah.
The richest man to have ever fucking existed within the modern era.
Yeah, he has
And like the
fucking
third or fourth
everything.
richest
He
man in
controls-
history.
And so that person receives very cheap labor from overseas, and it's the different kind of cheap labor that the standard companies uses. So he wasn't upset with getting rid of the illegal workers because of the industry he's in, where he needs people that actually have a certain degree of competence. The only problem is that he and many other CEOs in Silicon Valley have not come to the conclusion that we simply have the capacity to make better workers than these foreign countries. And there's a constellation of reasons for that. But the problem is that our accreditation institutions, the colleges that give people the authority to work these jobs, the qualifications, the entire system is broken, and it is near impossible for the average American to actually break into the tech industry in the same way these H-1 visa migrants do. It's a giant wall, and unless you're smart enough to go to MIT or a very famous institution,
Not even
you're
necessarily smart enough. You're fucking affluent and well connected enough.
He can afford it.
Well, right, yeah. There's an economic barrier too. So yeah, there's a barrier, and what the point that we're making is that the H-1B visa workers, contract workers, are not only lower quality, and not only actually have less skills than the average America being denied these jobs.
They're also way more fucking violent.
They're very collectively minded, and these people hire from within. They do not have the individualistic mindset that an American does, where we atomize people and look at people's merits on a per case by case basis. No, these people come over here and they like hiring people that look, act, and believe the same things that they do.
Industry.
Yeah, it's not even just racist, it's just a fact.
Right.
It
You let one
happens.
in, there's 12 more within less than 3 years.
It's the case with gas. That's mostly Wisconsin.
Not
It's mostly
not-
Sikhs.
Not even the Chinese, who are of comparable economic and population size, do these as well.
Well, I would say that there's many East Asian groups that do the in-group hiring. In the I don't live there anymore, but in the state of Alabama, I was aware of one Japanese plant and two Korean plants that hired almost exclusively ethnic East Asians, and they were, usually from people of their domestic country. And this is because the collectivism is the norm from these cultures. This is the controversy that we're having to get over. This is the hump we're getting over as a people after this election. Everyone now gets to admit and confess people do not behave the same identically across the entire world. Different cultures behave differently. And when you're adopting people from highly collectivist cultures, they are going to screw you over and everyone that you share citizenship with in favor of their ethnic cohorts. Always. And that's just it's not the way that most of us behave, because we've adopted an entirely different culture and a different philosophy of life, but this is how they behave. And if you don't accept that and recognize that when you're thinking about these H-1B visa programs or even legal migration in general, you're going to fail. You're going to have your country co-opted financially first, and then in terms of property, and then in terms of politics by other countries. That is the end result.
We got a couple super chats to read through quickly before we continue. American Art for 2, been so focused on Christmas that I missed this. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the biggest issue, but now, we'll get to Vivek's tweet in a second, because this I think kind of broke the dam or something. I mean, this is just insane, but...
Yeah. No.
American Nerd for 3, H1 visas need to go. Yeah, again, like, the concept, like, people are saying, oh, well, we need it. Do we really need these visas? I'm just being honest, do we?
Well, if you want to hear an argument that tries to strike middle ground, I would suggest Data Republican Substack article. I think she released it just a little while ago.
I'll read
It
it
includes
after.
her personal, yeah. It includes her personal struggle of getting jobs in the tech industry. So she's definitely not like she's trying to be unbiased on the issue. But the main thing that I would say is that her argument boils down to there's only a 2.5% tech unemployment rate in the industry, the tech industry, and then there's 23.1% of the industry occupied by STEM workers. So someone like Data Republican or even Elon Musk, so they look at that figure and they go, oh, well, if we need all of these people, if 1 in 5 of every worker has to be from a foreign country, then it must be impossible to run this industry without foreign workers. But I think that they have the cause and effect backwards here. I think that they don't realize that the poor policy decisions of our federal government and state governments have caused 1/5 of the STEM workers to be actually foreign, rather than there's just nobody here to fill in the gaps. No. The unemployment rate doesn't actually reveal the sheer number of people, the millions of people in America that are capable of doing tech sector jobs. We've just been kicked out of it.
Oh,
We have
guys,
been forcibly removed
What?
from it. Yeah, what's up?
even Cat Turd is clowning on Musk now.
It's over.
The boomers
Yeah.
have been activated.
It's a boom. Well, I'm sorry to interject, but, like, I think Gavin Mario
Yes.
Wax, he brought up a good point. Like, he just tweeted this, like, I think, like, 10 minutes ago. He said, tech bros are single-handedly radicalizing entirely new cohorts of voters against our cheap labor importation scheme. They're so socially inept. They don't understand it's bad politics to talk down to and smear Americans, which we'll get to what Vivek said because that's what he's implying here.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, this whole thing, they handled this badly. And because it's like, you're basically telling Americans, like John was saying, just go off yourselves. Like, we don't need you. We can just import people from India or whatever. It's like, how do you think people are going to react to that? You think people will be like, oh yeah, that's perfectly fine. Which, by the way, these same people, 10 years ago, these same people said, oh, you lost your manufacturing job or whatever? Just go learn programming. That's what they said. And now they're saying, actually, we don't need you. So, how do they think this is going to go?
No, learn to code, I think, was the quote.
Yeah,
they would
learn
always
to
say.
code, excuse me.
Well, there's
Yeah, no. Musk saying if you need a school, it's bad for you. Like we went from saying we need to code to sorry you're too stupid to code. We're gonna import fucking foreign labor now.
Musk's words were, "If you need a school, you've already lost," which is such a demeaning thing to say. Yeah.
Again, I like Elon, but that's just ridiculous. That's what's my concern with Elon.
It's what happens when you basically have a Silicon Valley.
That's the problem. It's like these are Silicon Valley people. That's basically
and, I mean, Silicon Valley is extremely Asian, by the way.
All right.
Like,
Robin Seacrest has joined the channel. Thank you so much, good sir. Thomas Baker for 5. I live in Ohio, and I was previously going to support Vivek for governor 26 if he ran. Oh my gosh, not anymore. I would take Yost over him at this point. Yeah, I cannot support Vivek. I will get to what he said. I know I keep saying that, but it's bad what he said. Caleb Arbor for 5. F this repeat of his first term. Can't wait for Vance 28. I wouldn't go that far yet. Just because we don't know how people in the administration are going to respond to this. Like, how will Stephen Miller respond? That's my question.
Well, okay. That's a really important point. Okay, people are trying to like crap all over Trump for the things that Vivek and Musk are saying. Vivek and Musk are not in charge of immigration. They're in charge of gutting the government. Donald Trump and his vice president-elect J.D. Vance have put Stephen Miller and Tom Homan in charge of immigration. So those are going to be really good. We don't actually know what Trump's current position, I believe, on H-1B visas is. It's probably a little bit more liberal than we want it to be. It's probably more left than we want it to be. But the good news is that J.D. Vance has always had a good position on this ever since he ran for senator. And there is a 2-year-old Breitbart article I can link to you right now that Jack Posobiec was retweeting. Yeah, so he was promoting the at least eliminating the abuse of the H-1B visa programs 2 years ago. So he's been good on this issue, as have his friends been. So
yeah, no, like guys, Guys, just because some guys in charge of gutting the government have a bad opinion on immigration, I have really good news for you guys. These are not the people in charge of immigration. You know who is nominally in charge of immigration?
Tom
JD
Homan.
Vance, because
Tom
he's the
Homan,
fucking
Vance,
vice
and Miller.
president. Yeah, and Miller, if you were unaware, Miller is literally the most fucking hardline anti-immigrationist in the fucking country.
And you get
And he's Jewish.
So like, y'all need to shut the fuck up and quit fucking getting upset. Good lord, trust the plan.
And
Yeah,
on top
don't-
of
don't
that,
piss your
Tom
pants.
Homan is literally the border czar. He's literally the border czar. It's like, listen, when you had Homan, Miller, and Vance, it's like, yeah, I don't think we're gonna go do what Musk is saying to do. I have a gut
Yeah.
feeling about it, but we'll see, I guess. K-Cup for 5. I grew up in a farming city in Wisconsin. A local motel was owned by Indian immigrants. They are also lavish. They also own lavish hotels back home. So Tyrone is 100% right. Well, yeah, it's like that's just it's not being racist. It's just a fact. You know, it's just yeah. Gator for 2. Thoughts of remittances, ban, tax, or neither. I would say tax. Just tax the shit out of it.
Yes.
When the fuck did they add the Black Plague to Crusader Kings 3? Why does it look like Northern Europe has fucking herpes?
Oh, God. Chris Creative for 5. I'm a government contractor in tech. We just had a Christmas potluck for our division. There are 100 people there, and 90 of them were Indian and Chinese. Which, yeah, that's just, listen, that's racist. Just the fact. That's the demographics of the tech industry. It's a fairly Asian industry. So.
Again, I think it would be really important to draw the line where we're not trying to be dissident, like the dissidents. We're not trying to be like Wignats. We're basically saying like American workers, regardless of who they are, the American citizens deserve more jobs and a higher priority, better education, and better accreditation. I also hate that they're trying to make it about being racist against Indians and being bigoted against like Hindus or whatever. What day did they choose to have this argument with us? Christmas fucking day. And they want us to act like, oh, we're being racist against you. We're celebrating the incarnation of our Lord and Savior, you dumb fuck. You don't have any right to bring this in. Like, this is like the worst possible time for you to bring up this fucking issue. Like, shut the fuck up. We're celebrating.
Yeah, but
It's
I would
like-
argue that, you know, if this was just a one-off statement, it would not be the end of the world. But what I think really set off this shitstorm today was what Ramaswamy posted. Now, I want to be clear about this. I know Tyrone's not the biggest fan of him, and you can pull your bingo card, whatever. The point is, I'm still fine with Ramaswamy, especially when it comes to being part of Doge. I just hate what he said here. I think this is one of the worst statements you could have possibly put out. First of all, who thought this was a good idea to put this out? Did Ramaswamy think this was a good idea to say this?
No, he's just riffing. There was no thought. He's just saying what he honestly believes.
All right, so let's just read parts of it again. This is what he said. This is not some bullshit parody like I was talking to earlier. But okay, this is real. This is from Ramaswamy. The reason top tech companies are often hire foreign-born and first-generation engineers over native, in quotation, Americans isn't because of an innate American IQ deficit, a lazy and wrong explanation. A key part of it comes down to the C word, culture. What? Tough questions demand tough answers, and if we're really serious about fixing the problem, we have to confront the truth. Our American culture's venerated mediocrity over excellence for way too long. At least since the 90s, likely longer. That doesn't start in college, it starts young. A culture that celebrates a prom queen over the math Olympian champion, or the jock over the jock, will not produce the best engineers. I'm confused what he's talking about. Like, is this a whole argument's like, yeah, we have, like, jocks in America?
I guess his argument's that like we're celebrating them over.
He's a fucking, what is he? Fucking millennial staring at the TV, thinking that we all believe what the TV says.
Oh my gosh.
Like the average, I don't know, high school movie or something.
A culture that venerates Corey from Boy Meets World, or Zack and Slade over Screech is Saved by the Bell, or Saffron over Steve Urkel in Family Matters will not produce the best engineers. What the hell is he talking about?
I don't know, a bunch
He's
of
literally just like quoting movies and TV shows, and he's like, well, because I saw this on the TV, it means that this is what Americans think because Hollywood told me what Americans think. And so I just assume that that's like how everybody thinks of their own culture. And so everybody's degenerate.
Fact, I know multiple sets of immigrant parents in the 90s who actively limited how much their kids could watch those TV shows precisely because they promoted mediocrity, and their kids want to become widely successful STEM graduates. What the Dude! Since when was this a thing where it's like, yeah, if you watch a random show like, I don't know, Friends or whatever, you can't be a STEM graduate? What? Is this a joke? I'm just double checking. This is right from Ramaswamy.
No,
That's what he said.
it doesn't make any sense.
More movies like Whiplash, fewer reruns of Friends, more math tutoring, fewer sleepovers, more weekend science competitions, fewer Saturday morning cartoons, more books, less TV, more creating, less chilling. More extracurriculars, less hanging out the mall. So he basically wants everyone to be miserable. That's what it sounds like here. He wants everyone to be.
He wants like South Korea. Like that's literally what he's describing.
Isn't
like
South Korea like one of
or
those depressed
Japan.
countries on Earth?
Oh yeah, because their
Yeah,
war
dude.
culture is like fucking insane. Japan too. Japan as well. Yeah.
This is ridiculous. Ramaswamy, I mean, you gotta put out a correction. You have to apologize for this. I mean, this is just insane. So you're not allowed to have fun. So you're basically just saying, oh yeah, you can't have a life. You have to do this for GDP growth. It's literally the meme. You know the meme of like, yeah, we have a 0.0001% GDP growth and everything else sucks. But unfreaking believable. And there's more. Most normal American parents look skeptically at those kind of parents. More normal American kids view such as those kinds of kids with scorn. If you grew up aspiring to normalcy is what you will achieve. Now close your eyes and visualize which families you knew in the 90s, or even now, who raise their kids according to one model versus the other. Be brutally honest. I don't know a single I mean, what? The people I know that have like parents like that, they're miserable. What?
So he's simultaneously crapping all over American culture through the lens. Vivek, you live in a country of 330 plus million people, probably 350 million people. Vivek,
There are
what you see on
1.8
the
million
TV
people
screen
on the subcontinent.
has little to no bearing on how infinite numbers of people here live. I remember like growing up, my white aunt, uncle, and raised their children almost identical to how you're saying. They banned them from Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network, and they could only watch 2 channels on the Disney show. And they were helicoptered, and one of them went insane into like a meth bend and married a really weird hippie. And then the other one ended up successful, but he hates everything about how he grew up and says that he would never do it to his children ever again. That's not culture. That's you wanting us to like behave like little Chinese drones. Like you're wanting us to compete with like the culture of China where they like everybody's a slave. Everybody grows up, lives, and acts as a slave. You live in the land of freedom and liberty. You kept telling us you ran a presidential campaign on the premise that our culture of liberty was superior to the culture you came from and that our ideas need to be implemented in your country. Why do you have any right to shit on us for things that we do differently? Why? This is but let's be open about it. It is anti-American and anti-white racism. It is fucking racism. We're gonna start being open about that. This is the new term. The new term. We're just gonna talk about these fuckers being racist against
It's racist.
Americanism and white. Yeah, it's racist as fuck. And like pull up. I just posted like in the chat. Like this guy Cash. Did you see these guys? Cash. It's the engineer from X. Did you see this guy's like line of tweets?
Yeah, I saw that. It's like he's brought the fact that the America would not exist without India. What? Where the hell do these people come from? It's like, what are you talking about? I mean, like, the worst part about this logic is like, of all the major tech companies in the United States of America, was there a single one founded by someone from India that immigrated here?
They're CEOs of all the companies now, but they didn't make them.
Yeah. And again, just listen. Yeah, it's an accomplishment to become a CEO of like Google. I'm not denying that, but just saying like none of these companies were founded by any of them. They were founded by people in America. Where's this idea from that we're so far behind? 20 years ago, America was founding new tech companies like nothing. Every other day there's a new one. So this whole logic by Vivek and others is just insane. Do got a couple super chats to read through the catch up on. MAGA or Baylor's for 5. Vivek Shield here. This was so retarded. Yeah, this was dumb. I can't defend this. There's nothing to defend here. Ben Cynics for 2. If Vivek was correct, India would be a superpower. Exactly! And by the way, if China, which he'll talk about China in a second, if China wants to beat the United States so badly and they think this is the best way to do it, wouldn't they import all these people from this India as well, or steal them from America?
Yeah.
Would they?
If these were such a powerful asset, like China would be 20%, 30% Indian right now. If there was some magical quality about these people that made them better than the average American citizen.
All right, K-Cup for 5. Right now, this is the meme where the guy walks into the apartment carrying pizza and everything's on fire. Guess which guy Trump is in the meme? Yeah, he's like the guy carrying the pizza. I mean, he put one person in the administration, which people don't like, which, again, that's not a big deal. It's like part of AI or whatever, but either way, it's like, Trump is just not saying anything, and the world's on fire right now, so... Lord Rhino for 5. Billionaires don't want people with lives, they want you to live as their slave. Exactly!
Oh.
They want you like this weird, like, robots, like, you don't have a life, you can't enjoy anything, you just gotta work 80 hours a week for GDP growth. Alright, let's read the rest of this, because it gets even worse. Normalcy doesn't cut into a hyper-competitive global market for technical talent, and if we pretend like it does, we'll have our asses handed to us by China. What? This can be our Sputnik moment? We've awakened from slumber before we can do it again? Trump's election hopefully marks the beginning of a new golden era in America, but only if our culture fully wakes up. A culture that once again prioritizes achievement over normalcy, excellence over mediocrity, nerdiness over comfort, hard work over laziness. Wait, what do you mean by our Sputnik moment? We put a guy in the freaking moon!
Oh, another Normgroid influencer shitting on Cash now.
Oh boy.
Dimful has entered the fray.
It's him. Okay, yep, the normies are on our side. Let me pull this up. Well, no, if the normies are saying this, we won.
Yeah.
But yeah,
We
so
won.
basically what Vivek said at the end here is like, this is our Sputnik. We put a guy in the freaking moon!
Hey, John.
Yeah.
Check your DMs. I just saw this in the comments of Tim Pool's tweet.
I mean, this
Oh
is...
my. Yeah, no, the AI art is getting intricate.
Oh,
And,
gosh.
well, we have some interesting things to say about Indians, apparently.
So, okay, so, like, what does he mean this is our Sputnik moment? Like, what does he mean by that?
I can only interpret it as Vivek is saying he wants the entire country to be run like it was during FDR's presidency and during World War II. Like,
Which,
he
by
just
the
wants
way,
us,
FDR ruined this fucking country.
he wants us to be like a perpetual Hamiltonian nightmare state where like the government and mass corporations are working together to like extract the maximum amount of production from the lower class. Like, this is like the fucking nightmare that Vivek wants to live in. And listen, Vivek, listen. This country wasn't built off of that premise. The country was built off of the premise of freedom. Yes, we had disciplined, hard-working men who did their duty and nothing else. We had those people throughout the entire course of this country's history. But it did not run off of the premise of forcing people into labor, unless you were a West African. But
You had to. But
Hey,
no,
just be glad Jay's not here.
But no, well, the thing is, like, you're not wrong, because, like, I mean, that's what these people want. They want slaves. They want to import these people as, like, cheap labor, effectively slave labor, for GDP growth.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, these people are nuts.
It's like we ended slavery, and the entire like overarching societal premise is slavery is bad, and we should have standards, like negative rights for human beings, and like workers should be given a fair shake in the market and not exploited. And then like the whole anti-premise to this now is, well, we got rid of slavery, so let's like do a new form of slavery, just not call it slavery, and just deal with it, dude. Like he literally wants to run like a 19th century Puritan factory in the Northwest that's like has a bunch of German immigrants in it, that's like grinding out the days. Like you have 12-hour work days just to like afford food for you and your like 5-person family, and your children are having to work the coal mines and sweeping chimneys. Like this is the shit that he wants, and like
what
he
happened?
doesn't
Yeah,
realize it.
what happened to raising a family on one single income?
Yeah, what about that? What happened to that? It seems like everyone just magically forgot about that, and I'm like, guys, no one should be against what we're saying here. This is nothing about race. This is nothing about any of that. This is about just common sense. Like, why do you want everyone to be miserable? Why? Yeah. Just for GDP growth? And for what? To slightly beat China in 10 years? It's like, this is just dumb. I'm just stunned that this is a real thing.
Somebody posted a really great graph that I'm trying to pull up real quick, but if I can't, the graph basically pointed out that in supply, and I don't know how much you guys know about economics, but in supply and demand, if there's a low supply of labor, the cost for that labor goes up, and the people that are providing that labor get higher wages. But if you look at this graph here of nominal and real wage growth for selected occupational categories, you take a look here in total engineering, real wage growth. I'm posting it right now. Real wage growth between 2016 and 2021 went down by 7%.
Yeah.
So in terms of supply and demand, that number's supposed to be very positive. It should be more positive than all of these other numbers, and it should be larger than inflation, but it's not larger than inflation. It's going behind. It's pulling behind. People are being paid less, which tells you that there is not a quote shortage. There is a bunch of big tech companies, some owned by Elon Musk, that really want the cheap labor because it's way cheaper than trying to actually bring up American citizens to work these jobs.
All right.
That's the deal.
Let's see here. Jackson Bass for 10. Vivek needs to go. He just generalized and criticized all Americans and parents for not raising their children with an iron fist. Kids are the most strict parents have the most suicidal rates. Exactly. I mean, the people, again, like, I'm not saying like, oh, the parents should do nothing. Like, of course, like, be actual parents, but like this idea that everyone needs to have like dictators as parents is like, no, that's probably not a good idea. It clearly doesn't work.
The aunt and uncle that I mentioned earlier, their daughter tried to commit suicide like 4 or 5 times. Like, it's not like helicopter parents aren't good. Like they're usually bad.
All right, Ben 6 for 2. See, the Kelvin Coolidge Project says Reform UK has more members than conservatives.
Simultaneously, they're like, you need us to work here. And then they gloat and brag about their high wages that are inaccessible to Americans with normal college degrees. They have been made inaccessible by the method through which you acquire the job. And they're bragging about how much more money they make on average than us. It's like, no, our economy is supplying you with that job. Our companies we made are supplying you with that job. And you being here is taking that money away from us. And with the remittance thing, you're pulling it out of the country.
Yeah, it should be taxed. The remittances should be taxed. They should be taxed like 80%. I don't care.
I got Rap. I just wanted to say real quick.
What, Luke?
I just wanted to say real quickly on the comment the person made about Reform UK. Party memberships in the UK, like half the time that data is made up, so like it doesn't really mean much. So they might say they have those many members, but like it's been proven that like the Conservatives and Labour will just lie about their numbers from time to time, and I guarantee Reform's also doing that. So don't take that with a grain of salt.
American Nerd for 5. I'm so glad that Vivek isn't going to be in the Senate. If he's going to act like this while being co-leader of Trump's Doge, imagine with a senator. Yeah, I mean, Vivek killed his career. I think he killed it today. Eggman Fireman for 10. I hate what Charlie Kirk said earlier too about not spending a dime on yourself. Like Vivek. This battalion will only perpetuate young American men's mental health problems. Total boomer BS. Why? Well, yeah, it's like boomer con philosophy. It's not healthy. It doesn't help. In fact, it makes things worse. This whole philosophy just make people miserable for 0.1% GDP growth.
No. Like think about like the two ideas connected together. Because what is Vivek saying? Vivek is saying, as a baby, as a child, as a teen, you have to make you have to be rising and grinding every single day, and you should never have fun and never watch programs, and you should never play games or do anything. And then you become a successful adult and you're raising your family, and then Charlie Kirk comes in and he's like, no, well, you can't have fun as an adult either. You know all that grinding you did for 22 years? Well, screw you. We've got to beat China in the GDP game. So you're gonna now you're gonna rise and grind for the rest. Yeah, be miserable for the rest of your life because we are your kings and we're telling you what to do. Now go make that dough for us, white boy. Go make that dough.
Lord Rhino for 5. What Vig said is saying is why people support socialism and communist policies. Yeah, again, like obviously that stuff's wrong, but like people look at that and say, "Is this is capitalism? Get the hell out of here with this crap." That's why people are appeal to communism because they just think, "Oh well, that's more fair." This is horse shit.
Yeah, they're appealing to the worst the worst version of what we promote as a society. Being capitalist isn't about winning GDP games against other people. If we wanted to do that, we would turn into a mega corporate state where the corporations just work hand in hand with the government to make sure everybody's as miserable as possible. Then we would win every economic game because we would be maximizing production. But no, that's not the society we live in. We live in a place where you're free and you're free to have fun and you're free to do what you want. And the energy and the excitement and the inspiration that you get from your creative activity are the things that make you innovate and do things that no other country ever could do. It's part of our formula for success. It's freedom. Freedom is the primary principle of our country. If you don't believe in it, get the fuck out, Vivek. Get out.
Yeah, this is just, I mean, like, I'm just like, yeah, chat's correct. Like, I'm just shocked at what I read. I really thought that was a parody. I really thought that was fake. But no, that's what Vivek said this morning. I mean, just unbelievable. And let me pull up what Tim Pool said. Holy shit, is this a real exploit? And you know, I'm gonna pull up what the guy said. This is someone that works at X. If Musk is serious, all right, he would get rid of this person, right?
Yeah.
I can't show the tweet because there are tweets that they're not good. But he said, and this is an ex-employee, and I believe he's I'm not gonna, I don't know, but he said, if your race is so great, why am I out-competing you on every axis that actually matters? Seems like you're the one who is dysgenic. Thankfully, evolution will take care of you in due time. Good luck to you and your children if you are capable of having any. That's a real tweet. And Tim Pool said, holy shit, is this a real X-employee? This is a real person that works at X, by the way. Like a top engineer.
So keep in mind, what is this entire conversation about? It's about government policy. We are complaining about a government policy that disenfranchises American workers and college graduates, that makes jobs inaccessible to them because the people that would hire those people can find cheaper labor overseas, and they can find a mass quantity of a specific type of accredited labor from these markets because they're able to pull from them so easily. And it's just so much simpler. Think about it. If they couldn't access those markets, what do these big corporations have to do? Well, they have to invest millions upon millions of dollars into actually educating and training American workers. Well, they don't want to do that. They want some foreign country to do that so that they can make the profits. And what happens to those profits and what happens to the workers' wages from these foreign countries? They go back to the foreign country. So this cash guy, he's shitting on us for not performing as well in a system biased against us. And it's just like, and if you complain about the biases in the system against you, well, that just makes you an inferior race. and Darwinism will get you out of the market.
People are
This
nuts.
this is so fucking insane. This is the kind of shit that Root Hog and Die was the principle the Northerners had to say about the freed blacks. It was basically, well, we know that the when we free the blacks after the Civil War, that they're all going to like have trouble getting along or farming or anything, but you know what? Like if they can't figure out how to make food for themselves, then they should just die. Like that was their position.
I mean,
This
this is
is like
insane.
like,
All right. Let's
this
see.
is so
Ben
crazy.
Sinnix for 10. Hard work is a great virtue to have, but work with no pleasure leads to a miserable and short life. America was made great through a culture of hard work and people to have fun in our own ways. Exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
listen, hard work is a good thing, but like, it doesn't mean, oh yeah, I have to work not 120 hours a week. No, I don't get any sleep. I don't spend time with my family. But I'm increasing GDP growth. So, all right. American Nerd for 5. Oh my god, I just realized that what Vivek said makes him look like Scrooge from the Christmas Carol. You know him, before he meets the ghost. I mean, yeah, it's kind of like Scrooge thing to say. Screw you, just don't have fun. Work 100 hours a week, and that's it.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Or Happy Holidays, actually.
Elon just suspended somebody who ratioed him.
What?
The fuck?
I
Oh,
just posted a screenshot.
Oh.
So DRG was making a point, and this is suspended 1233. That account was just making the point that their child graduated with honors with electrical and computer engineering degrees in 2023, and that, for a full year they have been unable to get a job, and that their friends that also happen to be white and happen to be male are also struggling to get work in these programs. And this person was suspended. It may have been suspended by one of Elon's workers. I don't think Elon directly suspended them, but the point I was going to add, they had their account restored like an hour later.
Okay.
But yes, they were suspended briefly.
They were suspended after he. Oh my gosh, Musk, dude.
Yeah, this is bad, dude.
Like, I'm not gonna say Musk did this, but like, this is getting bad. Like, dude, you want freedom of speech and all that stuff, but then you suspend people for this. I'm not even saying it was him. It probably was like the same engineer that said, oh, white people, you're gonna like die because of genetics or whatever. It's like, it probably was something like that, but still, this is not a good look whatsoever.
Oh, it's awful. Awful. He needs to pivot on this. I think this is what we all agree. And understand something. You guys, sometimes you feel like it's an insurmountable goal when you're fighting up against the ideas of someone, the richest man in the world, someone that has $400 billion. But politically speaking, remember that we kind of have Elon by the ears. And we're able to talk to him and have dialogue with him for 4 whole years before any new election happens. And potentially 8, 12 years. So we have a long time to have this conversation with Elon, and we should hammer him every single day, every single time it's brought up. But the whole thing, remember, the other side of the political aisle now just wants to destroy him. They, like, the second they get power again, they will destroy every single company that he owns using every department of the US federal government. Like, their intent is to make sure he never sees the light of day ever again and dies in a prison cell. So remember, we're pretty much the only people that he can interface with. So it's our job to talk to the boomers, to talk to the Gen Xers, to talk to these really stupid millennials that Vivek is friends with, and to talk to Elon and tell them, it's like, no, look, we're not making this, it's not even a race thing, it's not even a priority thing. There is something unfair going on, not only between the foreign countries that we're getting visas from, but also just to our own workers. American workers come first, no matter what. That is the platform.
Okay, American Nerd for 10. Tax remittances at 100%. Abolish HB1s and active E-Verify. Deport immigrants. Threaten financial repercussions for companies that don't hire Americans. This is how we win against these morons rap. Yeah, that's just basic stuff. Hudson Dean for 5. I remember Vance talking about how much he didn't like cheap labor in Rogan and the negative effects it has on America. And that's why I think Vance, he's going to reign Trump. He's going to make sure Trump doesn't go off the rails.
Yeah.
So, K-Cub for 5. Clark Kent changes from Superman, saves a little girl from doom. Vivek and Fox, him abandoning his job that leads to a GDP decrease of 0.75. Yeah, it's like, that's the type of logic we're dealing with here. he would probably say something like that, like, yeah, Superman saved someone, but that decreased GDP. So that's actually a bad thing. Unfrickin' believable. But yeah, so
Superman saves people, but like he causes damage to the city. So
I know, but like, well, yeah, we get the point. Like the thing.
Real.
But yeah, so
Oh yeah,
oh,
I like this tweet from Michael Sebastian. I wanted to get
Yeah,
your
send
take
it.
on it, Rap.
All right. Top global innovators. Yeah, so this is from who?
Michael Sebastian.
Yeah, so this is actually an important chart that I think some people need to understand. These are the top global innovators from 2019 to 2023. Again, this chart will be a little bit off, but notice something very apparent. There's no there's a certain country not there.
The country that Elon wants to import all these workers from.
It's like,
Yeah,
I always wonder, like, why does it be India? Why can't it be South Korea or like Japan or Singapore? Wouldn't that make more sense?
because it's expensive to hire Singaporeans and
yeah.
South Koreans. They're used to.
Well, I guess
having
there's
a higher
also like
quality
a
of life.
language
Their
barrier
wages
right
and their
there.
quality of life are comparable to West.
K Cup for 2. Yeah, Tyrone, but Bruce Wayne covers the cost. That's true. He covers the cost. But yes,
That's true.
But yeah, I think the whole like thing, it's like, I've always wondered, like, these people say we need the best of the best. I'm not against that, but like, the best of the best are, there's some from India, I'm not denying that, but like, just the fact that it's South Korea and like Singapore and Japan. But we don't, for some mysterious reason. I wonder why. I wonder why we don't. It's as if they care about not quality, but they just want cheap labor. They don't give a shit about, oh, these are the best and brightest. No, they're not. Well, there's some that might be, but like, on average, probably South Korea and Singapore probably more productive. Just saying. All right. There's no more MAGA candidates anymore that you cannot trust. Okay, that's ridiculous. No, guys, Trump did not support this. All right.
Elon's stance on H-1B visas makes sense when you take into account the British would send Indians to work in South Africa as middle management, and they were the only one who didn't go around killing white people.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, my.
But yes, I think the whole thing, like, the only positive out of this is it seems like the normies are going against this. They're saying this is stupid. So
like MAGA is like, except for Colin Rugg. Colin Rugg is a
yeah. I mean, is that really a surprise though? That Colin Rugg's useless?
I didn't realize it was that bad, but oh, man.
No, but I think it's bad when like Tim Pool of all people, is coming out.
Yeah, he's like saying, what the hell are we doing here?
Like his entire point in life is to not have a take on anything controversial except like the most basic right of center arguments. Like,
That's
and
real.
if he's calling someone out, then it's real. So.
All right, Lord Rhino for 5. Go on Google Maps and see if you can find a clean street in India. Okay, thank you for the super chat.
No, yeah, we should do that.
No.
We should do that on stream sometime,
right,
right? It's a fun game.
Gosh. Alex Ledbetter for 2. Tyrone, tell us about your election night.
Yeah, literally nothing happened on election night. You're not allowed to discuss politics.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys, but nothing happened on election night.
Nothing ever happens.
Or the day after, we were told Trump was the commander. We were told Trump won. He would be our next commander in chief. That's the fucking end of it. Capiche?
Yep. People are just wondering though. Like, yeah, that's all. All right. If Trump comes out in favor of this as approval of if he comes out and if he approves of this, I will not be happy. I'll start a crusade against that because that's ridiculous.
If he approves of it, then MAGA Inga as a whole will probably approve of it. So.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. But at the same time, though, I think this has caused so much backlash. I don't think he's going to do it. I don't think he even supports this. It's just Musk and Vivek being dumbasses about this. So
Silicon Valley tech bros.
Yeah. And that's that was one concern I had. Like, yeah, they agree with the stuff on freedom of speech and all that, but you ran the risk of, wait, these people want to import cheap labor. And that's exactly what they want. So
to the point that John Rose made earlier, these people don't control immigration, which is a good thing.
That's why I'm not concerned.
Like they're not.
I'm not really concerned. I'm just more so like, I don't know. American Nerd for 5. If Vivek was a politician in the early 1900s, I bet he voted against 8-hour work days, child labor bans, and safer working conditions because of GDP. Yeah, basically, that's who these people are. They would have voted against any of that.
GDP first.
Yeah, it's always, these people think GDP first, and then what's next?
Correction, Vivek wouldn't be here if it was the 19.
Oh, yeah, it's technically true.
But okay, like, honestly, though, like, for these people, what's the logic? Like, first GDP, which, by the way, like, if these people don't want fun, why the hell do these people, like, are out and, like, celebrating all the time? Like, doing parties and stuff. Notice that? Like, Vivek, he's, like, always, like, doing random shit. Like, not, like, serious stuff, like, working. He's doing, like, a bunch of random shit.
Yeah, no, well, he already won, so, like, he doesn't have to, like, follow his own principles, because he already won. So...
But yeah, it's like, I'm just trying to think, like, okay, it's GDP first, then what's second?
Yeah, well, it's crazy to me that Elon Musk was retweeting and going along with so much stuff when we talked about the lower end of this problem, which was the illegal migrants, the mayors that were coordinating to use taxpayer funds to get these really low-skilled migrants in to work for $3 an hour at plants, doing packaging and manufacturing and stuff. So he was really on board with crapping on those business owners colluding with mayors and governors to have slave labor. But when he wants to do the same thing on a higher scale, which would be the middle class scale, instead of like kind of the lower middle class, oh, that's a problem. Oh, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Elon Musk, when it's his business, he doesn't want to follow this principle. But
But
other people,
why
yeah.
is he so great? He's worth $400 billion. Does he really need that much more money? Like, what is he gonna gain from this?
They will always need a certain amount of foreign work to continue growing at the pace they want to grow, instead of investing in the country and believing the country will produce more value for them, because it's a cart before the horse thing. But yeah, no, basically we just have to come to a compromise with these people, and the only way that we can, like when I say compromise, I mean fight like hell every single day for the American worker, and then come be at peace with wherever we end up landing. And just fight every day for us to have a better standing here. That's the only thing that you can do.
Ooh, hold up. So, DC Journal put up a good tweet. How did Doge go from let's cut wasteful government spending to here's why we need to import more immigrants almost overnight? Did I miss something? What's next? Gun control, no more oil drilling, back the truck up here, y'all, and get back to the main mission. Cut spending, deregulate, that's it. I mean, he's not wrong. It's like, why these people talk about immigration? Why?
Yeah.
It's like they're part of Doge. Like, you're focused on reforming the government, not, oh yeah, we control immigration policy. But is that Doge now? Do they have some influence now in that? Or what?
They're just talking.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Because I'll be
Well,
pissed
here's
if
the
Doge...
Here's the deal. Elon Musk is in Trump's ear. JD Vance is in Trump's ear. We have the angel and the devil. They're both working on the same side. And basically, we have to just use our voices to promote what's right for Americans.
Yeah.
That's all we can do.
American Nerd for 2. We're not mad about this, just disappointed. Yeah, I'm just hoping Trump comes out against this. I don't think he'll support this crap, but we'll see. Eggman and Fireman for 5. I'm wary of Japan's work culture and priorities with their citizens. I admire their country and entertainment, but don't want to inherit their mentality. Yeah, I mean, their mentality's awful. It just basically, like, you work until you die.
Well, yeah, so Japan, that's a great example. Japan has all those black companies, and they work their people to the bone, and that they don't realize that is directly connected to the low fertility rate. Elon Musk always talks about the low fertility rate of the West. He sees it as a giant problem, and he wants to fix it all the time, but he somehow can't connect that poor working conditions and pushing people out of good work actually lowers the birth rate. Does he not realize that if he lets a normal American do the tech job that he's giving to an Indian, that they're going to have more children than if he doesn't? Like, does he realize that?
I don't know.
Does he understand?
The voices for 2. Even Nikki Haley's cooking on immigration on Twitter. Is she actually?
Oh gosh.
If she's actually cooking on
The
this,
thing, she's not saying this because she likes She opposes immigration. She's doing it because it's an easy attack
Yeah.
point on the
It's-
Trump
This is
administration,
such a
and she's
free
trying to
win.
position herself.
If anyone with
Yeah.
5 IQ points would realize, wait, this is stupid. No one
If Nikki
supports
Haley is
this.
dunking on you, I found the tweet. There is nothing wrong with American workers or American culture. All you have to do is look at the border and see how many want
Oh.
what we have. We should be investing in prioritizing in Americans,
Oh
not foreign workers.
my.
If Nikki Haley is fucking dunking on you right now,
you screwed
you
up
should
bad.
be ashamed. You should be ashamed.
Bro, like a bunch of dumb. It's like, yeah, if Nikki Haley is saying this, you fucked up. I cannot
fucked
believe
up.
I liked the tweet from Haley. This is the first time ever. This is the first time I've ever liked.
Yeah, if you made a take so stupid it made Nikki Haley defend like anti-immigration standpoints, then
You screwed up. All right. American Nerd for 3. Japanese mentality now is tamed compared to World War II. Oh gosh. Anyways, thanks to the super chat. Yeah, Nikki Haley is cooking. That's.
I never
cannot
thought
believe I
we'd be
just
able to
said
say that.
If what's next? Chris Christie comes out and posts it.
Jeb Bush makes a resurrection of his whole political career right now.
Yeah, he just becomes an immigration hawk. That's what revives his career. I mean, this is just stupid. I mean, like, if Nikki Haley is sounding smart, you're fucked. You fucked up bad. Jeb Bush. Yeah, we want, like, Jeb needs to return as, like, a MAGA patriot. But I'm glad that this is happening now, like, before the administration, because we can deal with it now. We can deal with this problem now, and not have to worry about it 3 months from now, hopefully. But we shall see. We shall see. Alright, Vivek killed his political future. Yeah, I think this killed it for him. Like, listen, it's one thing to defend it, like, say, listen, we want, like, skilled labor. That's one thing. But the way he said, the condescending statement of, like, Americans they cannot have fun, they're stupid, their culture sucks, do this for GDP, go F yourselves, honestly. Again, no one's saying it's a bad thing.
We need workers because our culture sucks.
Yeah, no one is saying, like, yeah, hard work's a good thing. That's not no one's denying that. The fact that you're saying we need to put Americans last in this whole shit show. Let's see. Haley redemption arc. No, it's just a free political win. I mean, I don't think she'd have run for anything for a while, but I don't know.
It's a freebie.
Yeah. I mean, it's just I really hope that Vivek backtracks, but I don't think he will. All right. Birdbrain is pushing this to try and get on the 2028 track. I don't think she really can though. So she's just not like.
I mean, she's probably going to run again. I don't see how she doesn't.
We'll see. All right. Rap, why is MAGA being hijacked by these people? Well, I wouldn't say it's being hijacked. It's just like you have people like Musk and Vivek who have influence, especially Musk, obviously, trying to, like, I wouldn't say push the one bad part about what they support. Like, this is the only bad thing with Musk and Vivek. But outside of that, is there anything really wrong with those two?
Stuff I'm very skeptical with Musk about. Didn't he invent like the whole microchip stuff? Like, wasn't that him? Or
yeah, but that's not really a bad thing. Like if you force it on people, that's one thing. Like, okay, dude, you're freaking no, that's dumb. But if it's like if it's for people that need it, I'm not against it.
Well, again, this is a calculated decision we take. We drank this poison, and look, it was a lot better than the other poisons being offered to us, which was like having to team up with people that just are fundamentally against America First principles. With Musk coming in, he is getting more and more right wing every single day, and we are.
I mean, yeah, he's supporting the AFD of all people, so like, there's a lot to be optimistic about.
This is my message to everyone. We're on a journey together. We're fighting for Americans and American workers, but you can't just sit there and expect everything to happen all at once. Like, it doesn't all magically get better within like 5 seconds. You have to keep fighting every single day. and that is tiring and it's exhausting and it's not something that's fun to go through, but it's way better than sitting through something like a Biden administration. So what you need to do is you just need to accept that you're in the fight and that you're going to spend maybe even a few years, maybe even half a decade yelling at Musk or whoever else about this issue because they're the ones with the big pot of money that are going to help decide the future of the GOP. So just like just get in the fight. Get in the fight, stop whining, complaining. The world's not ending. We just have to fight for our values.
Yeah.
Okay?
So, again, like, well, I really hope they backtrack, but if he doesn't, I'm sorry, you gotta get rid of him from Doge. Listen, you can't have someone saying this about Americans. You just can't.
Oh yeah, no. Oh no. Yeah, like Musk aside, Musk has been against anti-white racism, but Vivek is actively promoting it right now, and this was a terrible pivot for him.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Oh,
Pivot.
he had if you wanted to defend H-1B, if you wanted to defend the visas, fine. I disagree with it, but whatever.
Right.
At least like make an argument for it, like, oh, I don't know, like reform it to make it like the O1 visa, where it's like these are actually like O1 visas for those that don't know. These are like the top of the top people. Like these are the best people we can get for immigrants, right? Like immigration. If you're trying to make that your argument, fine. But that's not what he said here. He just said, oh, America bad. Americans are bad because they're dumb and they watch Friends. That's literally what he says. Because you watch Friends. And, like, you have to watch more movies like Whiplash? What?
I don't know. He's just being a millennial.
Does he not realize the point of the movie Whiplash is that the director, like, there's a bit of a moral gray area in the director making a great drummer while simultaneously tearing apart his humanity and making him have, like, several mental breakdowns and existential crises. Like, does he not realize, like, there's a dichotomy there being explored?
Yeah.
He watched Whiplash and he's like, wow, everybody should treat people like
Yeah.
rubber.
Be like the teacher and just beat the shit out of it. That's what he did. He abused them. It's like, that's your plan? That's what you support?
I should abuse my children. This is just like home. Like,
it's like Home Alone. It's like Home Alone. Oh, gosh. Eggman and Fireman for 5. Gen Z chose Trump because they want a chance at a successful, happy life that's been denied by the establishment. Kirk, Musk, and Vivek are getting this wrong. Again, Kirk is just, I don't know why he said that, but compared to Vivek, I mean, Musk and Kirk said nothing. So, but.
No comment on the Kirk stuff for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
From me.
The Charlie Kirk thing was more of just like a boomerish, like a boomerism. It was a boomerism where it's just like, well, hard work pays off and you need to work your butt off, and too many people waste too much of their free time and blah blah blah. Like that's like a very like a normal American neocon thing to say that he just adopted. But so it's like it's less of a sin. The reason that we are so upset with Vivek is simply because it's not just like anti-American and anti-worker. He's being racist against us.
Yeah. He's being racist to every American. It doesn't matter if you're white, Hispanic. It doesn't freaking matter. If you're an American citizen, this is a slap in the face to you. It's like you're being told that because you grew up in America, you're not good, no one likes you, you're dumb, because you watch Friends and you have sleepovers. That's what he said.
How many people in this like stream watch the show Friends?
I watched like like 1 or 2 episodes.
I mean, my mom watches it a lot.
Who freaking cares? It's a show. All right.
Who cares?
Jacob Martin for 10. We all saw this coming in the primary. We warned everyone, as many people as we welcome for the general, that they don't get to dictate the policy of the upcoming administration. We're in charge, not them. Exactly. Make your voices heard. Tell Trump that, hey, Vivek's full of it here. I don't care if you like him. He's a dumbass for putting this out. Just get rid of him. If he doesn't back down, get rid of him. You cannot have this guy running Doge if he's saying stuff like this. All right, reasonable dissent for 5. What that shows me is that even immigrants like Vivek take a while to assimilate. Reasons why we have to push our culture harder onto all immigrants. Well, I don't know. But
technically, Vivek is not an immigrant.
Yeah, he's not. He's his parents were, I thought.
Yeah.
American Nerd for 5. I don't know about the Whiplash comparison because I haven't seen it, though. I don't disagree with that. Also, Vivek is like the oil guy from There Will Be Blood. Well, the Whiplash thing, it's like the freaking teacher beats the shit out of his student. It's like, Why? So what does he want to be like? You want to be like the teacher that's beating the shit out of a kid? Or do you want to be the kid that gets a shit kicked out of them? Which one does he want to be? Anyone know? Do you want to, like, that's what he's saying here. Be the teacher that beats a kid up, or be the, unbelievable. Yeah, again, Whiplash is a good movie, but I don't get what the point is. Like, how does this change anything? And like, I just realized that he's against Saturday morning cartoons. What?
Yeah.
So
Oh, they're poisoning our minds.
Tyrone.
oh my gosh. But no, I'm just trying to
Hi,
think.
Tyrone.
More books, less TV. Fine, I agree with that. Whatever. That's the
Oh,
only
absolutely.
thing. That's right. More books. Fine.
Oh no, I do heckle people over that. Like when I have a friend that's not reading and like I know that they should be reading because they're interested in something. Like, hey, you need to read these books. And like I actually did that over Christmas. Like my uncle got into like a bunch of crazy conspiracy stuff with like aliens and UFOs. And I was like, okay, I was like, well, who are you getting all this stuff from? And then he was like, oh, podcasts and videos and stuff. And I was like, okay. And then I immediately was like, well, you need to read this book and this book and this book, and I think that you will be very edified by.
All
And I
right.
was basically like linking him to all the stuff to get rid of the conspiracy stuff. That like, bro, no, read, please read.
Rye
Read
Guy
these
for
books.
2. So is Barry Stanton correct? Oh gosh. Thanks for the super chat.
No, here's the thing with Bernstein. He got re-added to Twitter and
That's
then
what
he
I
got
thought.
immediately banned again.
Yeah,
It was
banned again?
it was like he was given a slight Christmas gift and then he immediately got banned. He didn't even tweet anything. It's like someone accidentally reinstated his account and then just blocked it immediately.
All right.
I think that's what happened.
Thomas Baker for 10. My response to Kirk is that if that is what marriage should be like, why would I get married? Why would I accept a deal where I have all the responsibility but no authority? Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, like, yeah, when you said, like, you should have a life with your family. It's like, yeah, it's like, what's the point? Why would anyone want a family? That's why people are saying, why should we have families? Why? If you want to be miserable your entire life, why would you want that? And that's what the argument is like, we got to make it where it's affordable, it's actually worthwhile to have a family. But no, right now it's not.
No, Rob, we can't do that. That's socialism because that's interfering in the free market.
All right. Jackson Bass for 10. Actually, to be fair, there's probably a lot of smog in front of Vivek. The current media and television has a lot of brain rot, but isn't all Americans. He needs to realize that. Well, no, like, I'm not denying like there's a lot of shit in like the media and stuff, but that doesn't mean that every single American that watches like if like when I was younger I watched regular show. Does that mean I'm like, you know, I'm worthless because I watched regular show when I was younger?
Yes, it does,
Yes.
Rob.
I'm gonna hit you.
Yes.
Listen, it's just like even like when parent like Tom and Jerry when like in the 50s or whatever. Did that make them bad people for watching Tom and Jerry? I just don't
Yes,
get this
it does.
logic.
They should have been reading up on the Red Scare back in the 50s
Yeah.
instead of watching cat chase dog around,
Gosh.
you know.
Again, the people are miserable, depressed, and less productive because extreme financial pressures are placed upon them simultaneously with the pressure of not being able to move up like Americans did in previous generations. If social and economic mobility are stifled while the economic and tax pressure on Americans is increased, you don't get any movement. But guess what? You're about to cut taxes, you're about to cut spending, you're about to cut all these things. And the hope is that if you successfully do that, Vivek, if you successfully do cut $2 trillion from the US spending, and we end up with lower financial burdens on the average American, you will get all of those magically productive workers you want. But again, like if you continue and you impose this H-1B visa program on the American worker, they will never get the jobs that lead to the success you want Americans to have, allegedly. Because now I'm questioning the whole thing. You think that we're all like lower and potentially inferior to your race. So I don't know. But if you actually want Americans to be successful, make it easier for us to get the jobs and relieve our financial pressures. And then people will start having more babies.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Just common sense. All right. Reasonable to sim for 2. Also, I ship out for the Air Force January 30th. No, or December 30th, it's meant. for another super chat. He meant December 30th. Good luck, good
Hello.
sir.
Godspeed.
Godspeed, good sir. W's your chat for reasonable to simp for joining the Air Force. I think he said.
Is it
Congrats.
actually a dissent, or is that like a parody?
I
now?
think it's, I don't know. I think he supported DeSantis, but no, it's like, because, you know, there's some DeSantis people that are like reasonable, so.
Yeah.
So just
Some.
Like Cenk Uyghur reasonable or actual reasonable?
actual reasonable.
It was reasonable.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Tom and Jerry is an American icon. Well, like these people, like, I don't get, so like, so everyone has to be like part of the same industry. Is that his whole logic? Like,
Yes.
you have to be part of the tech industry, or you have to be part of like, what's another like industry that makes some money?
Is it like?
No,
is it
he
like North
basically
Korea
just wants.
or tiny
I
jobs
think
or
he just wants like a caste system in America.
Yeah.
Like you're just born into a family, you're going into tech. You don't get
Yeah,
to choose.
just you're born into, yeah. It's like, yeah, your parents, I'm gonna become
Because again, this is honestly though, like this is like the culture he was raised in, that his family came from. You know, so like it
So
makes sense. He
ironic.
yeah,
kind
it's
of
like it's his
Oh,
culture.
yeah.
It's like that's where he grew up, and that again, that's fine. But don't say that. Yeah, if you don't do this, you're a worthless person in society.
Well, like, you know, people that convert to Roman Catholicism or some other denomination, and like they have a bunch of baggage from the previous religious system they were a part of. This is like Vivek, but with India. Like he's basically carrying his like cultural baggage into American ideology. It's really stupid.
All right. Reasonable to simp for 2. Yeah, I voted for Trump proudly. Don't worry. Thank you. He wants a hive mind that is very common in Asia. Well, yeah, that's again, it's nothing racist about Asia. It's just a fact that, you know, their cultures in, you know, Southeast Asia. It's very like, I wouldn't say hive mind. It's more like collective, I guess you could say.
Collectivism, yeah.
Yeah. American Nerd for 5. Gen Z, I like to watch regular show Gravity Falls. Vivek, your people, and your culture are worthless. It doesn't help the GDP. Yeah, it's like, yeah, you can't enjoy anything. But it's like, if you don't have a culture, you don't have a
child
country.
labor.
If you don't have a culture, you don't have nothing. It doesn't matter what your GDP is.
The children yearn for the mines, Rap.
Yeah, go back to 1870 where they're in the mines.
Yeah, I mean that's why. I mean, why are they playing Minecraft? You know.
Oh gosh, I saw a meme on that.
Dude, why are you counter signaling Rob because of his live stream later, dude?
Real.
You can't be counter signaling him.
All right, let's see. I think this is the reason why people have been supporting that Maryland man, because people like Musk, Vivek, Kirk, etc. They give too much leverage of mega corporations. These people want people want neo-Reaganism. What? Oh yeah, it's
What Maryland man?
I don't know. I'm scared now.
The Maryland man. You were all worried about Florida man, not Maryland.
The Maryland man's like 10 times worse. Musk is attacking Loomer. Good. Yes. I don't care what Loomer said. I still hate her. I don't hate her, but well, she blocked me still for no reason.
Laura Loomer's Dirty Bloomers. Like, go on BitChute or go on some other website, look up Laura Loomer.
Didn't she get her gun confiscated because like she was schizophrenic, and she claims it's because the Justice Department's like trying to shut her down, but in reality it's because she was diagnosed with like schizophrenia.
My life is ruined.
This is an insane person that has been known to stalk people, and actually, like, if she's attracted to a man, she stalks him to the ends of the earth.
Are you serious?
I didn't hear about this.
That's
what I'm saying. Go search. This is the title of the video. Laura Loomer's Dirty Bloomers. It's an old video Mr. Medicare made. It's like 20 minutes long or something, and it details some really insane stuff Laura Loomer did, I think 6 to 8 years ago. Go look it up, because you will, like, she basically, one of the things she did for attention, she pretended that her tires got slashed by left-wingers and Antifa, because of her opinions and views. But when people looked at the tire, it was just rotted because she hadn't replaced her tire in eternity. And like people like that have worked on cars were like, "That's just a rotted tire, Laura. That's not a. Your tires didn't get slashed."
Sean in chat is saying she legit showed up to Gavin Wax's fucking workplace. Are you serious? She was harassing Gavin Wax, really?
I'm pretty sure Gavin Wax was the guy that she wanted to, quote, have his seed.
Oh my
Like
god.
What?
like she
What?
wanted, I believe she wanted him to impregnate her.
What the fuck?
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Please
I might
tell
be
me you're
thinking of a different
joking.
guy. No, I'm not joking. She did it with someone. I'm not sure if it's Gavin Wax, but I know for certain that she did this with a guy that she was really attracted to. She stalked him. She stalked his workplace, and she actually was like texting him as if they were already married, and like they
What?
weren't even dating. They weren't even dating.
Oh my gosh. Now chat's reacting. Now they caught up to it. Oh hell no. She was
Yeah,
saying it on his
Laura.
Facebook. Oh my.
Yeah, Laura
Loony
Loomer's
Loomer.
Dirty Bloomers. It is required listening for anyone who wants to know who Laura Loomer is. She's a lunatic,
Is
and
it
that's
on
why like
YouTube?
did everybody? It's on BitChute. It's probably on Rumble and a few other platforms. There's probably a re-uploaded
It's
on it
probably
on
X.
YouTube.
It's probably X somewhere.
But like the
Loony
whole
Loomer. Loony Loomer.
it's a Mr. Medicare video from 6, 7, 8 years ago. And the thing that I'll say, like, did everybody forget that this woman perpetuated like a story about her having an affair with Donald Trump like this year?
What?
Like not
Wait,
like
hold on. I
8
missed
years
this
ago.
part. I lived in a
Do you
wait,
remember
what?
that? This was like 3, 4 months ago. I think it was August or September that the mainstream media had been leaked a story about Laura Loomer having a sexual affair with Donald Trump.
That was her that did that?
Yeah. This person is a nutcase. This person is insane. We have documented that this person is an insane person. She just somehow is still like slicking around because she's a journalist or whatever.
Also, didn't she get a nose job to make herself look more
She's had
like
so many
Jewish? So
surgeries,
she
it's
could,
unbelievable. She had like 20 surgeries.
yeah, so like, because she wants to be able to talk more open about that without being called anti-Semitic or something.
Oh
Like,
my
wasn't that
She is.
something?
I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised. She is an insane person, and that's why I keep telling you guys like, go look this up. Look up this woman. She's insane.
President Gilbert
Th-
giddy
this-
up for 5. Laura Loomer stalking people of relevance. Is this our Americans' baby reindeer? Well, it's just unbelievable. I did not know about that. Let's see. Oh my gosh. I can't believe that that's a real thing. I did not know about the first part where she was trying to have like sex with Gavin Wax. I gotta see if that like I gotta make sure it's him. Like I gotta know now. I'm curious. Like why?
Or you DM Gavin Wax and ask him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, yo, Gavin. I'm not gonna do that. Oh my gosh. If Kanye was a white woman. Oh my gosh. I can't, like, I knew she was insane, but holy shit. Crazy woman. Yeah, again, it's people like, that's a schizophrenics I'm talking about.
She's a crazy woman.
It's
She's
the Laura Loomer
absolutely
types.
insane.
She's insane. She's schizophrenic. There's no word to describe her.
Yeah.
I mean, what's next? Is she gonna like? How can this?
It's
How
like-
can they top the Trump story or the Gavin Wax story? How could she top that?
I don't know, but she's been trying to. She's really tried to push herself into the center of MAGA politics. And I, from the very beginning of seeing her activity at the start and the end of last year, the start of this year and the end of last year, I kept telling people, don't spread this woman around. Don't retweet her stuff. And it's not like we like want to go around and like fundamentally find people to shun, but we have so much documented evidence of this woman being insane. Why would you let her near the president? Why would you let her in any of our circles? I
don't know.
wouldn't want her on this stream. She's a freaking insane
Yeah,
person.
Can you imagine her stream? Oh my gosh, that would be a freaking shit show. Like that would be Tyrone versus Loomer.
Tyrone, what would you say to Laura Loomer in a debate?
Shut up, bitch.
Shut up, bitch.
Unbelievable.
Shut up. Shut up, silly woman.
Mordred Sim for 2. The right is so easy to demoralize. It's frustrating. Well, I would say it's demoralization. It's more like anger. I would say right now, it's anger towards Trump. Says if Trump actually goes along with this, I'll be pissed off. Like I will start streaming immediately after because that's our hope. That if Trump is, I'm assuming Trump is going to say no to this, but we'll see.
No. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
What?
Oh shit.
Tyrone, are
William
you
Wolf
okay?
just tweeted out against the H1B controversy.
Who did?
William Wolf.
Send it.
The H1, the heritage people are starting to take note. That definitely means Trump's going to be hearing about this.
Yeah,
soon
Trump's
if he
hear about
already
it
hasn't.
now. Trump's
Yeah.
gonna hear about it now.
Oh, shit. We're so bad.
All right, American Nerd for 2. Imagine Loomer as White House press secretary. No, Alex Jones.
So true.
Yeah, real.
Oh yeah. By the way, for anybody who's looking for people that had great takes on this, I just want to point out Jack Posobiec has been on our side.
Yeah,
And,
Posobiec again. Posobiec can be a little bit
He blocked me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still blocked by him.
Yeah, what was? Yeah, I don't like what he did with Dr. Oz. That was very unfortunate. But outside of that,
Okay, just saying for this particular situation, people that had good takes, Jake Lloyd, Cole Glazer, and Jack Posobiec, those are the 2 names I was going to mention. Like
Mhm.
I posted some of his stuff in general. Like here, let me read one of Jake's posts. Sorry you lost your job at the factory because we outsourced manufacturing. Fortunately, we have thousands of new jobs in the tech sector. However, they will all be going to Indians.
oh gosh, American Nerd for 3. Seriously though, Loomer makes Taylor Greene look sane. Well, yeah, Taylor Greene is just dumb, but
Oh yeah, Laura Loomer wanted to run against.
she's
Taylor,
going to.
against-
I think if she does run for Senate, I think she should run against her. I think.
That would be the most insufferable election in
we
American
gotta
history.
do a debate night stream on that one. We gotta watch debate.
That's the election nobody wants, but we probably deserve.
Yeah, you know what? I would honestly just say vote third party. Hudson Dean for 2. Replace Vivek with Blake Masters at Doge. I agree. Get rid of Ramaswamy. You gotta get rid of the guy now. If he doesn't apologize for this, get rid of him. And get Blake Masters in there. I mean, he has nothing to do. So I still feel bad for him, but alright. Laura Loomer can make Wyoming tilt R. Yeah, she would lose every state. Easily.
She would lose Nebraska's 3rd district.
Replace Vivek with
She would lose. She would lose Timothy Ramthan's state assembly district.
Probably. This
That's
is
a
good one,
Wisconsin
actually.
reference that only Ralph
Yeah,
will know.
I know. For those like that guy. Anyways, this is actually a good one. Replace Vivek with Perry Johnson. That's an interesting one. I know Johnson's a bit old. He's kind of like not the most relevant person, but he was the one that kind of started the idea of like gutting the government. Like not exactly, but he kind of was the first person to say something about it in 24. So, Chanter Drazik for 5. People like Loomer make MAGA look bad. The schizophrenics seem to be exiled from the movement. Also, I started a Twitter. Yeah, these people gotta go. You cannot have Laura Loomers running around saying, yeah, freaking Joe Biden died last night. Remember that whole thing? Like, wasn't she the one that started the report that like Joe died in August or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
Dude, Laura Loomer claimed that they were going to perform an abortion live on stage at the DNC. Remember that?
oh yeah, that's right.
That was, yeah, she was the one that came up with that schizophrenic conspiracy.
I mean, like, I don't know. All right, Maryland man, I don't know who you're talking about. All right, Loomer makes Robinson look
Maryland
like McCrory.
man.
Yeah, Robinson's problem was the scandal killed him. So, Madrid simp for 2. Nori Khan's being against this is a good sign. Yeah, I think if the people at the Heritage Foundation are against this, and then like Tim Pool is against this, I don't see this going anywhere.
Tim Pool, dude.
Yeah, that's the normies. Those are the normie types that follow Tim Pool. They're saying no.
This is just the funniest like alliance possible. It's like Tim Pool and like all these MAGA people. It's funny. It's entertaining. I
Oh,
will say.
people are talking about Luigi. Oh.
All right, what now?
No, it's like the Maryland man is Luigi apparently.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he was from New York.
Who knows?
Was he from?
Who freaking knows at this point? H1B is such a weird hill to die on. H1Bs won't matter much. In the end, tech companies outsource their job. Well, no, listen. No, it's not a dumb hill to die on. It's just common sense. It's like how they're handling this is horrible. you cannot go around saying that, yeah, the American culture sucks. That's why we need to, we gotta import people like this.
We need to abolish America.
Yeah.
And make India too.
Has Stephen Miller said anything about this yet? I wonder.
He should, man. Stephen Miller, come up. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
we need Stephen Miller to clutch up now.
I will be his goyim for the rest of my life if he speaks up.
Eggman and Fireman for 5. Vivek, stop having fun in work. Your culture is worthless. Me. Show us my signed copy of Batman, the animated series. You sure about that, bro? That's real. Chance Drazik for 5. While I don't like what he said, I still like Vivek and Kirk too. Everyone makes mistakes and says cringe things. Trump certainly has many times. Well, Kirk I could live with because it wasn't the end of the world, but Vivek, he's got to apologize. He just has
No,
to.
Kirk was just doing like
yeah,
old boomer talking points.
Oh,
What
did
time
the
on?
stream?
All right,
did the
I'm
stream end? What?
No, we're still streaming.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. My the power at my house cut off randomly.
Damn. Alright. Stephen Miller's the only one I fully trust be running every issue with this. Yeah, immigration, Stephen Miller's 10 out of 10. Same thing with Pullman. So that's why I'm not too worried.
Thankfully, I still have power for now.
If Trump goes around and starts supporting this, we have a problem. I don't think he will, though. So surely Trump will not support this, right?
If
Right?
Miller's against it, Heritage is coming out against it, Vance is against it.
Yeah.
People need to shut the fuck up and stop worrying.
Yeah,
It'll
you
be
have to
fine.
understand. Like, this is another thing. I know that we really, because of like how big Trump has been in like a great man theory kind of way, we kind of really worry about what he has to think. Just remember that like the movement outside of Trump too has this momentum, and you're seeing it. Like, it's just like Luke just pointed out. There's all of these people from a wide ideological frame that are going, oh, well, actually, this is better for American workers, and that is the beauty of the coalition we're building. The what used to be memed, the multi-ethnic coalition. Well, guess what? White working class and Hispanic working class are on the same page here. We want American workers to be prioritized, and that's a beautiful thing. And we just have to remember we have power in ourselves, and hopefully we can influence Trump in the right direction. And if not, there is a future beyond Trump.
All right.
That got guaranteed.
Now, enough of the Vic stuff. I think we talked enough about it. We'll see what happens. So hopefully Trump says no to this, but we'll see.
Oh yeah.
There was an interesting article posted by The Hill today. You guys see this?
Oh no. Is it the one I think you're referring to?
This is what they said. This is the headline for the tweet. Congress has the power to block Trump from taking office, but lawmakers must act now.
Oh fuck! My Wi-Fi just went out.
So, yeah, just a week, what is it, like 14 days before January 6th, which is the certification. They're talking about we need to stop Orange Man from taking office.
We needed Orange Man bad. We need
I want to say one thing though. Jamie Ruskin, like a few months ago before the election, actually talked about something like this.
Yeah,
about how
that.
if Trump won, like stuff. So
will Democrats?
I don't think it's gonna mean anything. There'll be some, like Maxine Waters, for example, has never voted to certify. She's never voted to certify a Republican win ever. Even in 2004, which there was like no, there was no anything. Like you could make the argument for 2000 and maybe 2016 if you just do the Russia stuff. But like 2004, literally no one would tell you that election had anything. But Maxine Waters was still in there, and she still refused to certify it.
Yeah.
So she's almost certainly not going to certify this one. But outside of that, we'll have to see if other ones decide not to.
As nothing ever happens, can I 100% want them to try to do what the Hill suggests? Yeah, I hope they do too. Go ahead, block the certification. Go right ahead. See what happens. Just go right ahead. Just go ahead and block certification. See what happens. Not gonna be successful, but
I just hope that the current crop of H-1B discourse finally teaches the right, especially the dissident right, to fucking bother thinking about class for once.
All right.
I get what you mean.
Yeah. They complain about Ohio 2004. Remember that? The suspect counties.
Sussy.
Yeah, for those that don't know, Democrats try to say like 04 was the thing with Ohio because they claim there's like 10 counties or whatever that were suspect. So, and I think RFK actually like made that graphic, I believe, or something. I can't remember for sure, but I thought he was involved with that one.
Yeah, RFK went from a left-wing conspiracy guy to a right-wing conspiracy
He's not
guy.
really a conspiracy guy though.
I know. I'm just using the left logic.
I mean, like, we need more Alex Joneses, but yeah. Will the Civil War be like the Fire Rises? Will Trump be emperor? There's not be a Civil War, I don't think.
Just remind all of your Democrat friends, if you question the results of an election, we have the right to put you in prison.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Ohio was gerrymandered, which is why Vance won. Oh yeah, I remember that. Who posted that? It was some kind of like liberal election Twitter, right?
Unfortunately, that was a Republican parody account that posted that.
Damn. I thought wait, Loomer was one that said like DeSantis gerrymandered Florida. That's why she won.
That's why she lost her seat. Yeah.
No, it's like no.
Yeah,
That's
he
why he won
gerrymandered with. Oh.
No, that's why he won the governorship. I meant.
Oh, I thought she meant that he gerrymandered the district
No,
so she'd lose the
it's
primary.
Like he won Miami-Dade according to her because he gerrymandered the state. That's why he won Miami-Dade.
He gerrymandered Miami to where he could win.
Yes.
We should do that. We should like gerrymander Chicago to include like all of rural Illinois, and then we can be like Trump won Chicago.
That's right. And oh yeah, but just split up like 13 different ways so we actually won it. All right. No Western nation would have a civil war these days. Yeah, well, there's South Korea almost had one, but I don't know. More of a coup, but all right.
It wasn't really a coup. It was just the most low IQ declaration of martial law in human history.
That was shit. That was pathetic. That was
just let's declare martial law. Now, what plan do I have?
Nothing.
Absolutely no plan.
All right. Rap, I just realized the last time a sitting president won was 2012. Oh, you're not wrong. And in theory, the next time that could happen is in 2032. Yeah, so it would be 20 years since a sitting president won, if that happens. That's actually crazy to think about. Because Trump did not win 2020. Well, anyways. Gosh. Yeah, so, Chance is raising for 5. Democrats could have a January 6th event of their own, and Liz Cheney would still defend it. And I'm predicting she switched parties during Trump's term. I thought she already did. I thought she already switched parties.
I just saw a tweet from Mary Miller Stan showing John Duarte has a 10% on Numbers USA.
10%?
And she lost to mass he did worse than mass deportations now.
Yeah, so much for that philosophy. It's like
almost like Hispanics aren't like super pro immigration.
Oh, by the way, guys, breaking news.
What?
Pedro Gonzalez is back.
That dumbass has returned. Oh my gosh, what did he say?
He just talked. He's just bitching about Trump and.
Of course, I gotta pull up with this
dumbass. He's thinking that Trump's. You know, I guarantee, with considering how long he took a break for, I'm like 99% sure Pedro voted for Harris.
Oh, he did. He freaking did.
He was a DeSantis guy, right?
Yeah, he was a DeSantis guy, and I think he voted for Harris. Not publicly, but considering, he took a break afterwards, he probably voted for Harris.
Yeah, still, where's Marcus at? One Marcus has been walking for quite a while now.
Dude, I've seen people post like quotes of the guy who's in his profile pic, and every time I see that image, I'm just like, no. I'm just thinking of the Nevada. Fake numbers.
Oh yeah, the shitty like. Oh yeah, he tried to explain how like the swing in like early voting was like 20 points Republican, but he said it was actually.
He just used made up data.
Yeah, I remember that. Like
made up data.
Yeah, I'm gonna use. He literally used fake data, and yeah, it didn't go too good for him. And I remember he tried to like try to get an argument with me, and like it was dumb. I think with Arizona, I remember. Yeah, it was like I brought up the point like Arizona voter registration looked bad for Dems, and he said no, these are actually just like Nikki Haley Republicans.
Did he live in Nevada, that guy? Because he'd always talk about
No, it was
Nevada
Georgia.
for some reason.
He lived in Georgia.
I don't know why he was obsessed with Nevada, because that was the state he would not
Luke,
stop
I
talking
remember
about.
he literally like said, "Yeah, I have to go for a walk in Georgia because it's not looking too good." All right, I Am Moon has been a member for 12 months. Thank you so much. Oh God, what did Mark Cuban say?
We need immigrant. I don't know.
Let's see, Mark Cuban. All right. Oh my gosh.
Oh God, what did
What'd he
that
say?
hack say now?
That's what he said. How do you feel about people who say college is overrated? In order to have more homegrown engineers, well, don't we need more kids going to college? That's what he said.
So even Mark Cuban is coming out against this.
Oh,
Mark
man.
freaking Cuban.
Honestly, I think this might be insane, but I actually have a feeling he's gonna try to run as a Dem in 2028.
He's trying to be the left's version of Elon. That's what he's trying to be.
Guys, don't we love normies here, guys?
Yeah.
Like, aren't normies our best friends? Don't we love normies now?
I wouldn't call Mark Cuban a normie.
Well, I mean, like, Tim Pool's a normie, right?
Yeah,
Kind
Alright,
of.
but we were
Chance-
talking about Mark Cuban just now, so it seemed.
Oh, okay. What I mean is, like, don't you enjoy being closer to the cultural center of politics when you can just get this wide group of people to, like, agree with you? That's my point.
Alright, Chances Razik for 2. The Sim sequels 2020 McCain Republicans have voted Biden. Yeah, basically. But yeah, so I mean, when Mark Cuban is going against, Vivek, just apologize. Just apologize and shut up for the next 4 years.
Literally just say sorry, I was day drinking and aggressively backtrack.
Yeah, or you just have to say, like, you didn't mean, like, the American culture's bad, just like...
Dude, he overdosed on samosas.
Oh, gosh. Alright. Yes, I saw Williamson is running for DNC chair. There's no way in hell she gets the votes, but...
Oh, no.
Hear me
Absolutely
out.
not.
All the Dem vote will be split between the other guys, and she wins with like 20%.
It's gonna
trust
be
support.
Martin O'Malley because that 13-year-old boy said so.
If that's what happens,
I
I will
forgot
laugh
about that
hysterically,
kid.
these idiots.
I mean,
No,
this
that
is the
kid
party
was-
parading
that was-
around.
He
Again.
honestly doesn't know. It was like Minnesota is trended so far to the right. I'm like, it didn't even move that right compared to the other states. Like, I don't know what he was yapping about. It's so obvious he was just told to say that, but he has no idea what it means. It was like,
I've said
how
this
did
before.
Minnesota move far to the right?
This is literally child labor by the Democratic Party. But I've said it before. I'll say it again. Democrats are the party of feeder kids. You know,
Yeah.
why not just have a kid? Why not just have an actual child run the party?
An
Yeah.
actual theater kid, you know? Like,
Alright. So I think we're gonna probably end the stream here. We will me and Luke will be back on like couple hours. We'll have the special stream.
yes, Wisconsin Minecraft.
No, I think it's called
Empire.
Patchcraft. I think that's what Carbo called it.
I
We should
know,
get,
but we're building New Wisconsin.
Democrats should run the Zooey Zephyr's husband for DNC chair.
Oh gosh,
I say that they're both transgender women.
All right. Yep, we'll be back in a couple hours, everyone. If you guys did enjoy, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell.
Wait, hold on. What does Sagar and Jetty say?
What?
Yeah. What is he? I don't know. Let me. Oh wait, he already said it.
God, what is our favorite Indian right-wing quote unquote right-wing populist saying?
I will split the difference with Vivek. The reason that Indians and other successful minorities in the U.S. succeed is by blending the culture of hard work and familial dedication with the American spirit of dynamism, born from the founders and the frontier spirits.
I will say this. I don't fully agree with that, but that's not an entirely unreasonable take.
Here, Asian culture encourages rote memorization, conformity, and leads to misery with little innovation. Pure modern Western culture valorizes having a good time over working hard and inevitably is dominated by hedonism. The culture I want to venerate is the American culture, which beat the Axis powers in World War II. It had important institutional checks against hedonism, encouraged hard work, and also heavily prioritized athletics, leadership, and social skills. The best way to recreate that culture, in Sagar's opinion, is an immigration moratorium based, as we did in the early 1900s.
Based.
We must hash out our differences, decide intentionally what culture we want for our children, and end racial balkanization, which is eating us from within. We also need to prioritize education/opportunity for native-born citizens instead of seeing workers as individual economic units.
W. That's actually
This will inevitably clash with purely capitalist interests as it did in the 1900s, but is important nonetheless for societal cohesion and strength. Too many H-1B arguments I see today are just the inverse of leftist justifications for mass illegal immigration.
Yes.
I'll end with a plea to Americans of Indian descent. Reject the growing calls for Indian identity politics or DEI wokeness by another name and instead embrace the spirit of Teddy Roosevelt. There is no
Oh
room in this
yeah,
country for
I think a certain secretary from a certain county GOP in the Midwest could learn something from this.
It's in Milwaukee.
But-
True. Texan was almost done.
Oh, this is just the Teddy Roosevelt quote of hyphenated Americans that
Yeah.
that was next. So
I just love that first line. There is no room in this country for hyphenated Americans. That is absolutely it. If you want to be an American, you're an American. You're not a Greek American. You're not a Serbian American. You're not a. Oh, now I'm just complaining about Orthodox Christians. No, but anyways, you're.
What's wrong with
no,
Orthodox
no,
Christians?
no, it's we have ethnic problems in our church. Anyways,
Oh.
but yeah, no, absolutely. No, you should be an American. You shouldn't be anything but an American. I don't care what your freaking skin color is, and I don't care where the crap you came from. But if you're gonna be here and you're not going anywhere, you're staying in this country, you're gonna be an American. You're gonna eat barbecue.
Hey, is this
You're gonna
is this an
swear
attack on real American?
You're gonna convert to Hinduism or Islam. You're gonna eat bacon
You're
cheeseburgers. Pork.
you're gonna like your chicken fried, cold beer on a Friday night. A pair
You're
of jeans
gonna
that
go
fit
to
just right.
Trump Burger. You're gonna go to Trump Burger and you're gonna buy Tyrone a bacon cheeseburger.
You're gonna go to Trump Burger. You're gonna go to Trump Burger. You're gonna get a big old Trump Burger. It's gonna be double patty.
Who owns Trump Burger? Who actually owns it?
Some Lebanese immigrant, I think. I don't know.
Lebanese immigrant who was in the Navy for 8 years. God bless him.
W's in chat.
Yeah, and
I will
And
say,
this isn't like
we make-
this is rural
can we
Texas.
make-
This isn't like
Can we make one exception for the no hyphenated Americans? We do need real American to still exist as a hyphenated American.
I mean,
so true.
real.
Fuck up. We're killing you.
Thank you. All
We're gonna
right.
destroy you.
All right.
I
Well,
think in like an hour, it's just gonna hit the fan here in Houston. So
yep. So okay. Prayers up for Eastern Texas. I don't know what's gonna happen.
send your
here.
prayers to Houston, Beaumont, Lufkin, Lake Charles, all of that, everywhere in between.
Yeah, it's
Just
supposed to
make
be
it
an ugly
real.
storm, but all right. Thank you
And
all
I
so
gotta
much
go
for
to
watching.
I'm pretty sure I'm be going to Tennessee tomorrow, but we'll see if the plans end up changing.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in. Me and Luke will be back in a couple hours to start. I think it's called PAX Craft. I think I don't know. It's something like that.
Just call it
Yeah.
CarboCraft
Carbo
because
Craft.
Carbo created it.
Yeah. Carbo. I think it's that late. I think yeah. It's Carbo, I believe. So we'll be on it.
Yeah, El
6
Carbo. Well, El Carbo founded it, but I think it's hosted by someone else.
Yeah,
but
I don't know for sure, but all right.
Carbo basically treats himself like a god in it, though.
Yeah, I know. All right, we'll see you guys at 6 p.m. Eastern. When that stream ends, you will be redirected to that stream. So smash the like button, subscribe, share with your friends. We'll be back in a couple hours, and all right. Godspeed to all of you.